Today we are going to create an AI employee which will take care of all your emails. It will identify which kind of mail you are getting. It will label the email accordingly. It could be high priority email. It could be customer support email. It could be finance billing email. It could be any kind of email. You can identify that email into the categories. Then it will also take the action accordingly. So let me show you a demo. So this mail I am sending from the another account to the account in which n8n has been set up for the automation. So I am sending one of the high priority email which says that I need the roadmap sign off needed. So going through the email, you can identify this kind of a high priority email. So let me send the mail. So as we can see, I got the mail over here. So currently it doesn't have any kind of a label, but when I run the test workflow, it will automatically identify what kind of mail it is and it will take the action accordingly. So as you can see, we have got the mail. So now let's run the workflow. So I have started the test workflow. It has identified the mail, it is high priority, it has labeled it. So now it is taking the action accordingly. So let's go and see what action it has taken and does it has done the high priority label or not. So if I come over here and do the refresh, so now we can see the mail has been turned into the high priority. So now once the mail has been labeled, so now if you see in the workflow, we can see we are creating a draft email. So this is a draft email which we need to send to the user who has sent the mail. So let's see what kind of draft it has done. So if you go to draft, inside this we can see that hi Lakshit. So it identified from which account we are getting the mail. Thank you for sharing the updated QA product roadmap. I will review the document and provide my feedback or sign off by the end of the day as requested. So we can see the mail has been properly drafted so that we can see. So I'm not directly sending the mail to the user because it is a high priority mail. Anything up and down over here will cause a problem. So that's the reason we have drafted the mail. But if we want, we could directly send the mail as well. So in the other label, if we see, we are sending the mail directly. So I'll come to all the label one by one. Okay. So now in the draft mail, you can see it has done a very good job. So now we are going to create this workflow. So there are multiple labels which we have created. So in the left hand side, you can see we have customer support, finance and billing, high priority, promotion. You can create this label accordingly with the same name. Okay. This is a AI update label. Now just forget about it. It's for my personal thing. I get the AI update over there. Okay. But in this video, we are going to take care of all these 4 labels. If you want, you can create another labels, but the process will remain the same. Okay. So let's go to the agent. Let's start creating this agent from scratch. So for the first thing, what we need is a Gmail trigger. So whenever we get a new mail, this trigger should run. So we'll search for Gmail. Inside this, we have the trigger. There is only one on message received. We'll use this. And you just need to sign in the account. It's a very simple thing. You can just go to the create new credential and just do the sign in with Google. Everything will be sorted off. Okay. So I have already done. So I won't be doing it again. Okay. And now this all thing will remain same. Just do the fetch test event. So whenever you'll get a new mail, you will get to see the new data over here. Currently, I don't have any kind of a new mail sent, so there is no output over here. So let me send a dummy mail. So I'm sending this dummy mail over here just to confirm the Gmail trigger is working properly or not. Let me send it. Let's do the fetch test event. Inside this, we can see that we have got the dummy mail that we have sent over here. So the Gmail trigger is working properly. So always keep in mind, always change the workflow name so that you can identify what kind of workflow does this n8n serve. Okay. So we are creating an email agent. So we'll name it as an email agent. Okay. So now we need to identify in which category or label does this mail fall into. So for this, we need a text classifier. So we'll click on the plus icon, text classifier. Okay. So now we have 4 different categories. So in today's video, I'm showing 4 categories, but whatever different categories you want, you can create it. The process will remain the same. So in text to classify, we need to paste the mail which you have got. So from here, we can drag and drop. So where we can see the message, in the snippet, we can see the message. We'll just drag and drop over here. So we'll get all mail data which will there. So now you can see we have categories. So we are going to create 4 categories. And for that, we need to have a message which will help the model to identify in which category this mail fall into. So for that, let's add the category. First category is kind of say high priority. So inside high priority, we can add the description. Description will say all the details which we need to say. So we'll go to expression, make it big, and there is a description. So we are saying you are an email label assistant. Determine whether the following message should be labeled as high priority. Okay. So now we are stating the meaning of high priority. High priority means it is urgent, flagged, or starred from a VIP executive or containing language demanding immediate action. Okay, so this is small description which you are saying that whenever you get a mail from such kind of conditions or such kind of intent, make that mail as a high priority. Classify that mail as a high priority. So this will do the job. Or keep one thing in mind that this name could be anything, but keep it similar to the label which you have created. Okay, so I'll do the same thing for all the 3 other categories. Yeah, so I have added all the information. I have added the high priority label category, the finance and billing category, then customer support category, and the promotion category. And I have added the appropriate message inside each and all that, which helps to identify the agent. Does this mail fall in which kind of a category? Okay, so for the finance and billing, decide if your following message should be labeled as finance and billing. Finance and billing cover invoice, billing statement, payment request, account charges, or communication from your accounting finance department. Okay, so this is the information which is required for the email agent to identify it as a finance and billing. Same goes for the promotion customer. So let's do the test step now. Let's send some dummy mail which has some kind of a category. So now as you can see, I have sent a dummy mail regarding the kind of financial service category part. Okay, so it says the header as an invoice something for the March service, and in the mail body we can see hello. Attach is your invoice for March cloud blah 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 something. But it from this we can make out that this is kind of a finance related to mail. Okay, so let's go to the agent and let's run the Gmail trigger. Inside Gmail trigger, now we can see that we have got the same mail which we have received. And now if we run the text classifier, so we are getting an error over here. This error indicates that model has not been added. So we'll come and add the model. So for this you can add any kind of a small model which doesn't cost much, because it is kind of a simple thing which any small model can do. So I'll use the OpenAI, the latest 4.1 nano model, because I think it is the cheap model and it can serve the purpose which we are trying to achieve. So I'll go for the GPT 4.1 nano, and now we'll run this test step again. And now from this thing we can see that it has properly identified that this mail belongs to finance/billing branch over here. Okay, so now this has been done. So now we can see in this thing we have all the categories which we have written, and in the finance and billing we can see the green line which says a one item. So it is doing the test classification properly. So for all other category it will work the same. At the end I'll show you the demo for each and every one, but for now let's start building for each and every categories. Now we want to build that for the high alert. So for the high priority mail, we want to mark the mail as a high priority, for the finance as a finance, then the customer support as a customer support, and promotion as a promotion label. So for that, first we need to have a label in our system. So first go to your system and create this label. To create the label, just click on the plus icon and create the label with whatever name we want. Okay, just once it is done, so you will able to see all the labels in the left hand side over here. Try to give it a color just to identify it properly. If you don't want, yeah, it's totally up to you, but you can give it a color. Okay, so once that is done, so now we need to add the node to label. So now we need to label the mail. Okay, so for that thing we'll first do for the kind of finance part, because we have got the mail over there. So for that we need to go to the Gmail. So inside the Gmail we can add label to message. So inside this, now we need to use the same Gmail account which we use in the trigger part. We need to have operation of add label. In the message ID, we can see inside this there is the ID over here. We need to add this ID, and inside this label we need to select the label which you might have created. So for the label to be shown over here, first you need to create in the Gmail, but I have already done. So I'll do over here and add the finance/billing part. And now if I do the test step, now you can see we have got a success part. If I go to the mail and I do the refresh, and I can see the label has been added properly. So this is done properly. So now we need to duplicate the same thing for each and every node. So for that thing, just do over here and always do the naming properly. So this is kind of a label part, finance label. So now we need to duplicate the same thing for all the three other labels. So for that, let's do the Control C, Control V, or Command C, Command V, Control C, Control V, Control C, Control V. So now we have created the 4 label over here. So let's use all the label properly. So now we need to add the high priority. Then we need to add the customer support. Then we need to add the promotion part. Let me add this. Yeah, it has been added. So to make everything proper, just click on this button and everything has been arranged properly. So now we need to add the, so now we need to rename everything. Yes, the labeling has been done. So now once the labeling has been done, so we need to go inside each and every node. And now we need to change from finance to the appropriate label. This is high priority. So we'll search for high priority. That's it. For the customer support, we'll come over here and select the customer support. And it's not that you can only add the one label. As you can see, this is multiple parts. So you can add the multiple label if you want. In our case, we are just adding the one label, but if you want, you can add multiple labels. For the promotion, let's add the promotion. Yeah, so everything has been done. So from this step, all mail will have their appropriate labels assigned over there. Okay, so once that is done, so now we need to take the appropriate action for each and every label. Okay, so if you go to the email agent, so now for the high priority, what we are doing, we are creating the draft message from the mail which you have got, and we are creating a draft and we are sending to the Telegram for the person to see what kind of a draft mail has been sent. Okay, For the finance part, what we are doing, we are summarizing the finance mail and we are sending the mail to the finance team. So now once we have got the customer support mail, so we are creating the mail for the customer support to reply to it properly, and we are auto replying to the same person who got the mail. This auto reply is generic so that the person has got some kind of feedback acknowledgement that we have got the mail and which we have sent it back, and we are giving the auto reply notification that we have sent this mail. In the promotion, we are just summarizing what kind of promotion message we have got and we are sending to Telegram. So this Telegram is of the same person whose this Gmail account is. So he is aware what kind of action my agent is taking care for me. Okay, so let's create this whole part. Okay, so now first for the high priority part, let's create the draft. So for this thing, we'll go to the email agent. We'll click over here. We'll search for AI agent. Let's rename AI agent. It's kind of. So now for that we need to have the message over here. So for that we need to select the define below what kind of a mail we have got. So from this Gmail trigger we can select this snippet part. Now we need to give the kind of system message. The system message will do all the thing. So let's do the expression big and we'll paste the system message. So this system message is something you are expert email drafting assistant. When given a high priority message, your job is to compose a clear, professional and concise reply on the user behalf. Your draft should address every question or request raised in the original email. Use a respectful, business appropriate tone. Clearly outline any text step or action item. Include a suggested subject line. The user will review and adjust your draft before sending it to the original sender. This is a good system message which will create the draft for us. So now there is only one problem. If you see in our original email agent, inside this we have the draft email. So inside draft email we need to have the subject, we need to have the body. Okay, so now if I go to our email agent, and first we need to have a chat model. So for this thing I'll go to OpenAI, and from this I'll use the 4.1 mini. So we'll use the 4.1 mini. Okay, and now once we have got, so now if I run this part, we don't have a snippet currently. Yeah, we have a snippet. Yeah, so currently it is not going into this branch because the last message, the last mail which I got was currently was regarding the finance label part over here. But no worries, but I'll tell you what the problem will get. So there's only one problem. I'll tell you what the problem is. So in the next node, what we are doing, we're sending the mail. There could be subject and body, but when if I run this thing, I'll get a only single message over here. But we need a subject and body. For that, we need to toggle this on, and we need to specify what kind of things I want. So I'll go over here, and inside we need a structure output parser. Inside this we'll define below, and what we need subject and body. So for that part we need a subject, then what we need, another thing is a body. So now once we have passed this thing, we'll in the output part we'll get a proper subject and body. So now let's do the test mail. So let's go to the email agent. Inside this, let's run the Gmail trigger. We have got the mail. Let's run the classifier. It is identified as a high priority. Let's label it. It has done the labeling. So if we go and do the refresh part, you can see it has been labeled as high priority. Now let's generate the draft mail. Let's do the test step. So now inside this we can see that we have got the subject and body properly. Okay, if I want to show you without this part, let's do the test step. Now you can see everything has been inside one part. There is subject, then there is a body over here, but it has been merged inside the one output over here. But we need a separate output. So we'll trigger this on, and then we'll just join it again, and we'll do the test step. Now as you can see, we have got the subject and body is differently. It is working properly. Now we need to send this draft mail. Okay, so for that we'll click on plus, search for Gmail, create a draft, same Gmail account, subject will pick from here, body will pick from here, and we'll do the test step. Now if you go to the mail inside the draft, now you can see we have got the same draft which we have created. So it is working perfectly fine. So now we need to notify the person that the draft mail has been created. You can go and check it and send it yourself. Okay, so for that we need to send the Telegram notification. So for that we'll come over here at the Telegram node. We need to have send a text message. Now you can connect your Telegram channel which you have. We need to have a chat ID. So if you don't know how to get a chat ID, because we have not used the Telegram trigger, so for that what we can do, if you see they are mentioning over here, just ask the get_id bot. So we'll go to Telegram, search for get ID bot. So this is get ID bot. Just type start, and you will get your chat ID. So just copy this chat ID, paste it over here. Now text whichever you want. So this draft has been created. So for this thing, we'll have a format. So the format is kind of look like this. You have got a high priority mail from which person? Okay, subject was this, actual mail was this, and draft mail is this kind of. Okay, so the person can read this Telegram message and figure it out what step need to be done next. Okay, so let's do the test step. If you go to the Telegram, we can see we have got this mail properly. If you don't want this message was sent automatically, so what we can do, we can go the add field, append n8n attribution, let's make it off, let's send it again. And if you come over here, we don't have that again. You can change the format accordingly whichever you want. This is just the normal format I have shown you, but you can customize it in whatever format you want. Okay, so now I think we are done with the high priority part. Let's go to the finance part. So for the finance, what we'll do, first we need to identify what kind of a finance mail we are getting. We added the label. Once the label has been added, so we need to summarize the mail, then we need to send it to the finance team and then notify a user. So for that, first we need to summarize. We'll go over here, search for AI agent, rename it, summarize. Then let's get the from define below, let's get this snippet from the Gmail trigger. Now we need to have the system message. So let's add the system message. This is a system message will help us to create a drafting mail around the finance part. Okay, so let's do the testing for this part now. So let's rearrange everything. Let's click one of a button and yes, everything has been rearranged. So nice, right? So let's send the dummy finance mail. So as you can see, we have got the dummy finance mail over here. Let's go to the email agent. Let's run the Gmail trigger. Inside this, we can see we have got the dummy mail. Let's do the text classifier. It is classified as a finance billing branch. Then we'll go to over here and we'll mark it as a label as a finance billing. So let's go into the mail. Let's do the refresh. You can see it has been marked as a finance/billing part. Let's go to the mail. Now we need to summarize it. So to summarize it, we need to attach the chat model. Let's go OpenAI. Then we need 4.1 mini. Let's run the test model. You can see we have got a great summarized mail which we can send to the finance team. So to send to the finance team, we'll come over here, click on Gmail, click on the send a message. We need the same Gmail account, resource message, operation send to. You can over here do some kind of another automation workflow which will get the finance team mail, or for now for the testing purpose, I'll just add my email account over here, which will, this is kind of acting as a finance Gmail account. Now we need to have a subject. So as you can see, again the same problem. In the same output, we have got the subject as well as body. So for that part again, we'll come to the summarize part. Inside summarize, we'll trigger this on and we'll use the same output parser. So we'll connect this same output parser over here. Okay, so it has been connected. So now if we run it again, we have got this body and subject. Okay, we'll go to the Gmail, we'll add the subject, we'll add the body. Now it is the email type HTML, but we want text. Let's do the test tab. It has been sent. So now as you can see, the finance team which is me currently, I have got this mail that please see the summary below from the latest finance communication. Invoice number, service, amount due, due date. So you can see how perfectly it has curated the mail over here. So you can remove this thing. This is a very simple part over here. You can just go over here, add option, append, and just turn it off, and it won't be there in the mail. So you can see how perfectly the mail has been sent. Now once the mail has been sent, we need to notify the user. So for that, we'll do the same thing. Again, come over here, Telegram, send a text message, then again choose the channel which you have. Everything remain the same. Chat ID will also remain the same which we have got. The text will be in the format which we want, but the format which I'm using is, you can have your own customized format. It's a simple message. You have got the finance related mail from this person and you are sending this mail. It's simple format, but whatever format you want, you can do it. I'll do the test step. And the bot, if we see, we have got this perfect message from the bot. It is identifying from where you got the mail and what mail which has been sent. Okay, so now we are done with the high priority task and the finance part. Let's go for the support, customer support and the promotion. From this node, it will label the mail as a customer support. Now once the labeling has been done, so now our job is to curate the proper message which we can send to the customer so that they can get the acknowledgement that we have got the mail and we are working on it. So let's go click on plus icon, search for AI agent, Let's write is as a customer support agent. We need the mail. So now let's send, we'll have the snippet part. Let's send the dummy customer support mail. So now as you can see, we have got a one customer support mail. It is saying that issue logging into dashboard. Hi team, we are unable to log into your dashboard. It's showing an error page. Could you please check and let us know when it can get resolved? Okay. So in the email agent, if I do the fetch test step, we have got the same mail. Now if I do the text classifier, it goes into the customer support branch. Now once we have gone that, we'll label it as a customer support. If I go to the mail, if I do the refresh, we can see it is marked as a customer support. Now once it is done, now we need to summarize the mail. So first we need to add the chat model. We'll use the OpenAI 4.1 mini. Now let's do the clean first. Yeah, it's working properly. So we'll go over here and run it. So we are getting the normal message over here. But I forgot one thing over here. We need to add the system message. So for that, we'll go to system message. We'll go to the expression and add a system and add a simple system message. So this is the system message for the customer support mail. So you are an expert customer support email drafting assistant. When given a customer support message, your job is to compose a clear, empathetic and solution oriented reply on the user behalf. Okay, this is the basic detail. You can read about it. Let's do the test step. So now you can see we got the output. The same problem over here. We need to have a subject and body. So for that, we'll go over here, click on it, and we need to add output parser, which would be the same as which you have created over here. We'll join it. Now we'll run it again. Now we have got the mail assistant with the dashboard logging issue. Now if you want to read it properly, let's do the send first and we'll read it then. Let's send this mail. So for that we need to add this. We'll go to the Gmail, send a message. So now we need to have to whom we need to send and subject. To whom we need to send from the person we got it. Okay, so if you go to the email trigger, inside this we can see from where we got the mail. So we'll add that for two parts. The subject we have got from here, the customer support agent. Email type will be kind of text. In the email we'll send this body. So don't confuse with this hi Ankit and we are sending to kind of I think so Lakshit, because it's a dummy mail which I have sent from my ID over here Lakshit. Yeah, this is kind of a dummy mail. Okay, I'll do the test step. Let's see what we have sent. If we go into the send part, inside this we can read this. Hi Ankit, thanks for reaching out and telling us to know about the logging issue you're experiencing with the dashboard. We understand how important it is to access your dashboard without interruption. So you can read the mail, but from reading the mail you can identify so how good mail agent has written over here. So this is the power which agent can do automatically behalf of you. Okay, so now we need to notify the user that we have sent this mail. So for that we'll go to the agent, click on plus icon, Telegram, message. We need to have a chat ID. We need to send the text message. We can require a format. I have written one format which you can have your own customized format. It's a normal simple format over here. We are getting the mail from here and we have what we have replied. Let's do the test step. Inside Telegram, if you see, as you can see, I got it from a different channel over here, but because we have selected a different channel, so we need to select the channel which I'm using, which is AI employee. Let's do the test step. Inside Telegram, we can see now we have got this perfectly customized formatable message. We have got that you have got the customer support mail and we have replied this part over here. You can see how this is working 24/7 when you are sleeping, when you are waking up, and you are getting notification that what action has been taken from your agent. Now only the last step which is remaining is kind of promotion part. But if you are liking the video till now, I think we have covered high priority finance label and customer support. Please do like this video and subscribe to the channel and share it with your friend, because this helps the algorithm, and more than that, it helps me to stay motivated and makes this video for you. Let's complete the promotion part over here. So promotion is very simple. Just we need to label the promotion and then we need to summarize and send to ourselves. Okay, so for that first let's send the dummy promotion mail. So now as we can see, we have got the dummy promotion mail over here. 50% off, spring sale today only. This is kind of a promotion mail which you are getting. Just we need to summarize this and send it to Telegram. So for that we'll go to the email agent. We'll click on the add icon. Let's search for the AI agent. Now we need to select the mail snippet. I'll run the Gmail trigger so that we can get the latest mail. So for that, let's go over here. Let's run the Gmail trigger. You can see we have got this promotion mail over here. Let's classify it. You can see it has been classified as a promotional branch. Let's label it as a promotion. Let's go to the mail. Let's do the refresh, and we can see it has been marked as a promotion. Now let's summarize it. So for that we need to select chat model, which will select as the OpenAI, not Anthropic. It would be kind of OpenAI. Let's delete this part. Let's search for OpenAI 4.1 mini. Now once this is done, we'll have to write a system message. This is a simple system message which we are writing. You can just see over here what is system message. We don't need to give the input over here because input will come from the user message part from this. Okay, let's do the test step. Let's notify the user of what kind of promotional mail which we have got. For that we'll go over here, plus icon, Telegram. I think by now you might have got the hook what we're trying to do. Let's select the AI employee, chat ID. Then the text will send this output. Just this output. If you want, you can format it, but I'm just sending the output. Let's do the test step. Now you can see we have got over here. We got the information over here. I could have wrote over here that this is the promotional mail which you're getting in the promotion mail. The format, you can identify whatever format you want, whatever thing you want. So you can see this how highly customizable this email agent is, how easy this thing works. So you can, I have just added the 4 categories over here, 4 labels over here. You can make n numbers of category which you want, which can serve the purpose for you. Okay, so this is the just demo purpose which I'm showing. I'm just the person who guides you how to do the thing. Now whatever you want, you can make it. I hope you might have liked the video. If you like the video, please subscribe to the channel and please like the video so that the YouTube get the understanding that this is the video which user is liking, and send it with your friend who are into such kind of field. And any suggestion and feedback, just drop in the comment box below. We'll meet in the next video. Till then, take care.